In the video that I did last week with the Keeley Monterey, people seem to really like the heavier jam that I did towards the end. Let's keep things going this week with the Caroline CROM. To be honest, I've had this pedal for a while now. It's actually serial number 10. I got it pretty early on when they announced pre-orders, and that's also why mine is silver, and the ones for sale right now are mostly black. Thing is, I got it right when I was pretty wrapped up in a folk rock jam band kind of project, and I didn't really get to spend all that much time exploring this pedal. Right now, though, this channel is my primary creative outlet, and I get to do whatever I want, so it's time to get reacquainted. The CROM is a BC184 transistor-based Supa tone bender fuzz-ish distortion pedal, and to me, its voice kind of sits between the kind of hairy fuzz you'd expect from a muff and a tube amp being pushed within an inch of its life at a basement DIY show. It's nice without being too nice. It's got flavor, but it's not sugary. And in typical Caroline fashion, the knobs are labeled. They are labeled Helmet, Mountain, Sword. Helmet is the overall output of the pedal, Sword controls the drive, and Mountain is a tone shaping control. That's all they're going to tell you. So you basically grab a control, you pull it to and fro, and decide whether you want more of it or less of it. Over on the side here, there's something fairly unique, and that's a turbo button. This changes the style of clipping, and from what I understand, it's there to give a slightly harder push in case you're starting with a clean amp. Of course, we can do things however we want, so here's a little A-B with the turbo button. One of the things you've just got to love about Caroline is their complete unwillingness to make a traditional instruction manual. Instead, they give you a brief introduction and then a few user stories or musical agendas to help get you started. So here's a setting for a hard, album-oriented early FM rock radio sound. Alright, and here's the Live at Budokan 78 setting. This is your Spinal Tap or Anvil, the Story of Anvil setting. And here's the Sludgy Milkshake setting. And being a transistor-based fuzz, there's a bias pot on the inside you can adjust. I marked mine so that I can set it back to the factory setting, but basically, a correct setting makes it sound big and full of fuzzy goodness, and a lower setting kind of chokes it out as it starts to fade, like this. If you're familiar with the Caroline Hawaiian pizza and its cousins, it sounds like it might be similar to the pineapple knob in the middle on that. I tend to like that knob all the way up, so I'll probably just set that back to where it came from. Put everything all together and you've got a new take on a classic distortion that can be used for just about anything where you want a strong-voiced fuzz-style distortion. In hindsight, I probably should have just thrown this on my board and let the CROM tell the band what to play. Here's some 90s alt-rock inspired riffage to take us out. That's the CROM. Or is it just CROM? This CROM. Yeah, that feels right. Ferocious fuzz or wall of distortion. It's got some very interesting options and combinations. It just loves the Duncans in that Explorer and the high output MFDs in the G&L. But the traditional single coils in those Strats, they got some nice thick tones with the turbo button too. Lots of fun, definitely not subtle. If you need one, well, now you know. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you come back. I hope you're subscribed. I'll catch you on the next one.